Hello, everyone, and peace of Christ to all of you. I hope my voice is good and clear. Please inform me if you have any difficulty from your side. A Muslim, he posted a video of Sabir Ali, and supposedly the video is proving if you have any difficulty from your side. Let's mute this phone here. Supposedly, and I watched a little bit of Sabir Ali video, which is very funny and very stupid. You know, the funny about the Muslims, they remind me of a story, a comic story about a hyena and a camel. The camel was making fun of the hyena, says, "Look at him, look at you. Your back is not straight." You know, the hyena have like a curve in his back. But look who is talking. I mean, the camel is making fun of the hyena back. And this is exactly what the Muslims do. So if you go and watch the video, I did not delete the link, it's there in the comment. You will see Sabir Ali. He said, Mark, as an example, he was from the second generation. He was not a direct apostle of Jesus, and most likely he was an apostle of Peter. Therefore, his Bible should not be accepted. And you know, I ask myself, like, do this guy even he have a, like, do the Muslims suffer from mental problem? Let us say, for the sake of argument, regardless if this is true or not, let us say this is a logic that if somebody from second generation, he cannot be considered as a reliable source of the words of Jesus, according to the Muslims, not according to me. And this is a picture as it is from the Quran. This is a picture exists in the Arabic Quran as it is printed by Saudi Arabia. It says there that this Mus'haf, not Quran, there's no more Quran. Nobody have Quran. Today, nobody have Quran. They have a Mus'haf. Mus'haf is pages. رواية هذا المصحف ومصطلحات رسمه وضبطه etc. It says that recitation of this Mus'haf and what is written in it as order and like language performance and the number of the verses according to Hafs, according to Asim, according عن أبي عبد الرحمن, according Silma, according to Uthman ibn Affan, according to Ali ibn Talib, according to Zayd ibn Thabit, according to Ibn Ka'ab, according to the Prophet. So here, how many generations we have? The last three names, the last most important names of the recitation of the Quran is we start from let us say from Uthman. The Muslim, they say Uthman, and then we go down and then we find that Abi Abdul Rahman ibn Abdullah, and then from Abi Abdul Rahman ibn Abdullah then we find Asim ibn Najud, and then after Asim ibn Najud we find that it is Hafs. So now if we count the names which is the Quran supposedly reported according to, we will find that at least the last three names, they will not exist in the time of Muhammad. And Hafs is the son of Asim as a stepson, which means this is not his real son really. You know, he married his mother, and his mother, she is, you know, she got divorced 7 or 8 times. And then the father, he'd marry her, and then he have a guy or a stepson, his name is Hafs. So the Muslims, they refuse, according to Sabir Ali, if a book written by second generation, not first-hand witness, this book should not be accepted. Okay, let's do this. This new Quran is refused. Even the Quran, you Muslims, Sabir Ali, he read it from it every day. That one is refused. However, Hafs, additional to that, Hafs is reported to be a liar, and we made many videos about that. Hafs is reported to be a fraud, a liar, him and his father. You know, if you remember a few months ago, maybe 2 months, 3 months ago, we have Titan TV who invited me to be in their show, and we have 5 or 6 Muslims. They call me live, and none of them could answer about why the Muslims accuse Hafs to be a fraud. The Quran you have today not only is coming not from first generation, not second generation, not third generation, not fourth generation, not fifth generation. Actually, the Quran today in the hand of the Muslims, nobody knows it's coming from who. They claim it's coming from Hafs. They claim it's coming from Hafs, but the book of Hafs does not exist. This is why you see here, it says, according to the recitation, riwayah, not book. So there's no book. As long Sabir Ali and the Abduls, they say Mark, there is some historians say that he was an apostle of Peter and he was not a real witness of Jesus. If this is true, I will let the Muslims play the game. If I go with you, Abdul, I'm not saying it's true or not. I'm just saying I will go with your game. I will go with your lies. If this is true, and this is the reason not to accept the book of Mark as you claim, how you accept the Quran? I will tell you why. Because you are a bunch of hypocrite potatoes. You apply rules on others, but you don't want to apply it to yourself. The same as Muhammad, he told people, don't approach your wives when they have their period, and he made a verse in the Quran about it. And then we find in the hadith that Muhammad, he used to order Aisha to put a sheet between her legs when she is bleeding and the blood is covering his penis. I mean, what kind of filthy prophet this prophet is? So the hypocrisy of Muslims is amazing. Additional to that, Muslims don't have any copy of the book of Hafs. I'm not talking about the book of Uthman. No, Uthman, nobody have it. This is a lie. This is why it says according to Hafs. You see, if the Muslims have the book according to Uthman, then there is no need for Hafs. Do you know what I'm talking about? Like, if I say now, okay, I have a friend, Christian Prince, he said something that he learned from someone, his name is George, and George he learned from someone, his name is Mark, and Mark he learned from someone, his name is Joseph, and Joseph learned from someone, his name Eli. So Christian Prince is not really the one who the source of this. He is just reporting what he heard, and it's not a book. It says riwayah to Hazal Mus'haf, the recitation of this Mus'haf. They don't have the book of Hafs, and because they don't have the book of Uthman, and they don't have the book of Muhammad for sure, and there's nothing is called the book of Ali, and we cannot find the book. It's called the book of Uthman, and we cannot find the book. It's called Abu Abdul Rahman ibn Habib al-Salma. And we cannot find the book. It's called Kitab Asim ibn Nujud. And we cannot find the book. It's called Kitab Hafs. Kitab in Arabic, it's a word mean book. So where is the Quran? What they have is a claim that this recitation is according to Hafs, according to his daddy, stepdaddy, according to Abdul Rahman, according to Ibn Habib al-Sulaiman, according to Uthman, according to Ali, according to Zayd, according to Ibn Ka'b, according to the Prophet. So where is the book? They don't have even a single page of it. If you remember, about a year ago or more, in Birmingham, in England, they found an old document, even actually reserved by a Christian priest. And the date of the letter goes even to the time before Muhammad, but not the ink. The Muslim, they made a big story about it. Discovery. Do you know why they were so happy to have the discovery? Because they don't have a book. They don't even have a single document, and even that one have nothing to do with the time of Muhammad. Why? It's very easy to discover. If you look at the document, you will see it's written long after Muhammad by letters, or let us say a way of writing was not exist in the time of Muhammad. For those who do not know, the old Arabic in the time of Muhammad don't have dots or vowels in the top of the letters, and even the type of the letters, like the way it's written, is different kind of font, was not exist in the time of Muhammad. So they don't have anything, and yet they are complaining about Mark, my friend Mark. We heard some people saying Mark is he was a student of Peter. Okay, so how you accept? Okay, well, you know what about John? What about, and in the top of at the end of the day, all the Muslim accusation is against the Quran. Why? Because the Quran witnessed that there is a 3 witnesses sent by Jesus, and those witnesses are, one of them is Paul, the stupid Shabir Ali. And I know some of you don't like me to say the word stupid, but I love it because this is fit exactly with the description of the person. You like it, you don't like it, this is not my business. Shabir Ali, once he was debating someone, and he mentioned that Paul, he witnessed that Jesus is God, and he said, yes, agree that Paul, he witnessed that Jesus is God, but he claimed that none of the apostles of Jesus witnessed that Jesus is God. And he says that in that that Mark is not first hand apostle. Okay, what about John? What about, I mean, this is madness. From the first chapter of John, from the first verse, so after John he introduced himself, you will see John is speaking about the word of God, which is God, which came as in the flesh. And you say to me there's nobody consider Jesus as God. I mean, are you crazy or stupid or what? And if the Muslim want to apply rules, why he don't apply it in himself? Now, the Muslim, they say to us that the Quran is preserved and the Bible is corrupt. You know what? I'm not going to make too much noise about it. I want to ask the Muslims, the Bible you are talking about is the Bible of who? The Quran confirmed that Allah, he gave Isa a book. Whatever you want to call it, the Quran call it the Injil. The Quran call it the Injil. Okay, what is the Injil? Let us say, for the sake of argument, the Christian, they load their books. How stupid is the one who sent the book and yet he don't consider to reserve it? Why you are blaming the Christians, you stupid Abdul, claiming that their book is not preserved, but yet you cannot provide a preserved book? How stupid your God that he decided to send the book to Jesus and yet he don't want to protect the book of Jesus? And how stupid your God to say in the Quran that نزل عليك الكتاب بالحق مصدقا لما بين يديه. What does that mean? He sent to you the book of truth, approving what is between his hands. What is between his hands? The Injil and the Torah. I mean, how you approve it? You approve a book does not exist. What is between his hands? So it was between his hand. If we go to the front verse, chapter 3, verse number 48. يعلمه الكتاب والحكمة والتوراة والإنجيل. Okay, Allah is teaching Jesus the book, the wisdom, the Torah, and the Injil. Okay, what is the book? What is the Torah? What is the Injil? This is a question a Muslim, if he have a dignity, should ask his God, not us. I mean, how stupid to you to believe that God, your God, not mine, he send you a book, yet he don't have a copy, a page. If the Muslims, they have a copy of the Bible and they can provide it to us, then we will say, okay, you know what? They have it. Okay, they have it in their hands. Here it is, read it. And Allah will teach him the book and the wisdom and the law and the gospel. Who is this person? That is Jesus. Right? Why he taught him a book is going to be forgotten. What the point of sending Jesus, then, you idiot Allah? Where is the book of Moses? What the point of sending Moses? And not only this, the Quran confirmed that Allah, he sent the book of Moses after he wrote it by his hands. So what the point of writing the books by your hands? What the point of this? If you go in chapter 20, verse number 123, you will see the stupid Allah, which is Muhammad, saying the following, and I want everybody to laugh with me. You will laugh, you cannot hold yourself from laughing even if you're a Muslim. Read carefully. They say, why does he not bring us a sign from his Lord? The people around him, they are asking Muhammad, how come you are a prophet who claim to be a prophet, but yet you don't have a miracle? You see, Muhammad did not for you. He said, look, has not a clear sign come to them of all that we former books revelation? Okay, what is the former book revelations? In order to say such a statement, then you have to approve books. They have it already in their hands. This is what it says. You are asking them to go and find it in the books which sent to them before. Okay, where? Where is the book sent to them before? All of you, Abdul, you're saying all those books are gone. So your God, Allah saying, no, the books are there, to the point he's asking people to go and read it. You will see our sign is there. And the funny that Muhammad claimed that the sign of his God in the Torah. So his God, he have no sign in the Quran? Huh? If we continue, there's tons of verses, in front of us. We can make a story about each verse on them. In chapter 87, verse number 18, it says, and this is in the books of the earliest revelation. And by the way, translation is really horrible. I mean, it is the most, this Yusuf, this guy, he is, all of them. It doesn't say that. It says, and this can be found in the old revelation books. وَإِنَّ هَذَا لَفِي الصُّحَفِ الْأُولَى. Different translation. Okay. Why he is saying to them, this is in the old written pages or books, if they are not exist? What the point? Stupid talk just to say things? Huh? Most surely, this is in the early scriptures. Okay, where is the early scriptures? You Muslims keep saying, which mean your Quran depend on the early scripture to prove itself. Otherwise, how you say this is in the early scriptures, but we cannot find the early scriptures? Why Allah saying this is you can find in the early scriptures if there is none? Guys, are you following with me? Do you understand my point? The Quran itself depend, according to the Quran, on the early scriptures. So where is the early scriptures? How stupid it is to find evidence that the Quran defend itself, saying, if you don't believe me, go and read what is written in the early scriptures. And then the Muslim, they say to us, there is no early scripture. That's mean your God, Allah, is a stupid lawyer. Imagine you go to the court and you say to the judge, this can be found in the early books. And then the judge, he said, okay, bring us the early book. Oh, it's gone. I mean, stupidity sometimes is intelligence. Like, let us play stupid. Then we continue. صحف إبراهيم وموسى. What is this verse is about? Let us read together and laugh. Chapter 87, verse number 19. Okay. Again, and can be found, you will find in the books of Abraham and Moses. Somebody can, a Muslim, tell me where we can find the book of Abraham? You see, the Christian, they corrupted their book. Okay, we will let that go. The Jews, they corrupted their book. We will let that go. I want to see the book of Abraham. And why your God, Allah, witnessing the books of Abraham and the books of Moses if they are gone? The stupid Muhammad, he is defending his religion, claiming that what he speak of exists in the book of Moses. This is in the former scrolls. Okay, where we can find the scrolls? That's madness. This is madness and this is stupidity. We continue. If we go in this verse, We will read something funny. Read with me carefully. Chapter 2, verse number 89. Translation of the Abdul. And when there come to them a book from Allah, confirming what is with them. Confirming what? Confirming what is with them? How clear we can make it more than this, that even your stupid Quran confirming what is with us. Do you see it? So the Quran was confirming what is with them, but what is with them was fabricated. Sabir Ali, he got a PhD, I know, you know. He left as a donkey, he never came back as a horse. Don't refute me, Muslims. Refute your stupid Quran. When I have a debate about 2 months ago with the Dr. Ruhi from Al-Azhar University, Imam Ruhi, he said, the tafsir of the Quran are made to solve a problem. I agree, to solve a problem, because Islam is a problem, and tafsir is meant to defend, because the Quran is stupid and the Quran is exposing the Islamic religion. So the Muslim, they try to play with the meaning, but the meaning is so clear, and this is translation. It confirms what is with them. Lima ma'ahum. The Arabic is so clear. Lima ma'ahum. What they are possessing in their hands right now. And there is many verses, by the way. If you read the other verses, you will see the Muslim, they play with the translation. But this one is so clear to the point, even the Abdul, all the Abdul, they cannot play with it. Then, when a Muslim, he says to me that the Bible is corrupt. This is a question I want everybody of you remember it. When a Muslim, he says that to you, ask him, is the Bible corrupt by Allah's will or against his will? Every single Muslim will say, by Allah's will. That's it, we are done. Not only that will be contradiction for what we see in front of us in the screen in chapter 2, verse number 89, that will be contradiction for believing that Allah is Almighty God. Obviously, Allah is the devil. Because if the will of Allah to corrupt the Bible, that means Allah is a stupid God. Either he is a stupid God, he sent his book and he like it to be corrupt and he's part of the crime, or he is actually the one who made the crime. If you remember, few days ago, we were reading something. Let me see if I can find it. Where? Okay. Let us go here. Just to show you that the Muslims, they believe really that Allah is the devil, from their own words. Adam, he received from his Lord's words. Adam said, "O Lord, did you not create me with your own hands?" He said, "Yes." Who's talking? Adam, asking Allah. He said, which means Adam, and blow life into me? He said, "Yes." He who? Allah. He said, which means Adam, and when I sneezed, Achoo, you said, "May Allah grant you his mercy." What a stupid story. Doesn't your mercy proceed in your anger? Look at this conversation. Adam is questioning the morality of Allah and questioning the nature of Allah and saying to him, "What's wrong with you? How you grant me peace, you grant me mercy, And now you're angry, you want to punish me. Isn't it your mercy proceed your anger? He was told by Allah, yes. Adam said, and you denied me to commit this evil act. What a comedy. What? The Muslims believe that Allah made a destiny to Adam to commit evil. The answer, this is the question of Adam. We have to be honest here. Did Adam say? Yes, Adam say, not Allah yet. Let us read what Allah answer is. So he said to him, and you denied to me to commit this evil act. He was told by Allah, yes. Hold on. Even the sin of Adam, which is the reason for all prophets to come down so people they might seek forgiveness, it was an evil of Allah, not the evil of Adam. You believe it? And this is written in the books of the stupid Abdul. And here we ask ourselves, where is justice? Allah caused Adam to commit evil sin. He not to cause him, he made him. It's a denied. Read. And you denied me to commit this evil act. Even the interpretation is, which is coming from Muhammad's mouth. Remember, this is Muhammad talking here. The interpretation here based on what Muhammad said. And you, otherwise, who is Ibn Kathir to report the story happened between, how Ibn Kathir will know what happened between Adam and what Adam says to Allah, and how Muhammad even will know? I mean, this guy is a mad, he fabricates stories. But however, as long Muhammad said, we have to deal with it, and the Muslims have to deal with it first. And you denied me to commit this evil. So the Quran witness, and Muhammad witness, and the Muslim witness in their books and their translation, that the evil act of Adam of committing sin was the evil of Allah, because this was a destiny, not a choice. And here we ask ourselves, so Allah, he made Adam destiny that he would do evil for what? So Adam will ask Allah for forgiveness, please forgive me, Allah forgive me. And then Allah will send him down to earth, and his children will ask forgiveness too. Oh, please forgive us, please, we want to go back to heaven. And then the children of the children will ask for forgiveness. Please, Allah, we are the children of Adam. Ask Allah, forgive us, please. And then the children of the children of the children of the children of the children, generation of generation, they are pleasing Allah, trying to please this filthy, stupid God, to send them back to heaven for a sin they did not commit. Because as you see, even the sin of Adam was the sin of Allah. Guys, are you understanding what I'm saying? Who in the chat there is from the listeners don't understand? Anyone don't understand? If there's any Muslim have an objection, if there is any Muslim have an objection, please let me know. You know, because I am a Christian prince, I don't go by Allah knows best. You know, what we say, as you see, we show it in the screen. And the funny, the Muslim, they keep saying to me, Christian prince, the deceiver, Christian. This is your scholars talking, not a Christian prince. The deceiver is Allah. And I can show tons of verses of the Quran witnessing that Allah is nothing but a deceiver. Who is the deceiver? Any Abdul? So here, as long even the sin of Adam was the destiny of Adam, that's mean those who corrupt the Bible, according to Muslims, was the destiny made by Allah. So who is the one really who corrupt the Bible according to Muslims? Allah. Are you getting my point? This is how stupid this religion. Then if we go in the Quran, we will find Allah saying, I mean, it's endless stupidity. When I say Allah, I mean Muhammad. Allah doesn't exist. Read with me this verse. Let's find it first. Let's find it in love. Oh boy. I mean, it's amazing, man. Amazing. This is so good. This is so good. This is so beautiful. Unbelievable. All right. Read with me, please. Chapter 5, verse number 44. Quran and Muhammad is the best comedian. It was we. I like it when Allah says we. They ask the Muslim why he say we. They say because he's like a king. I mean, so Allah he speak as we because he's one. I mean, this is so he's just trying to copy a language to be to upgrade himself. Is he going to be like look bad if he say it is me, I, and why other verses says I? Eh? It's stupid. I mean, but the author Muhammad, he sometimes he say we. It was we who revealed the law of Moses therein with guidance and light. Okay, how this light can be exist if it's corrupt? I mean, look like the battery of Moses, or I mean the book of Moses, which is the light of Allah, it turned off certain time. By its standard has been judged the Jews by the prophet who bowed to Allah. Will Allah what? Allah wills. By the rabbis and the doctors of law. For them was entrusted the protection of Allah book. What? I mean, this is the most dangerous, stupid statement ever someone claimed to be prophet of God, he would say. Allah, he entrusted the rabbi to protect the Torah. We showed you how Muslims believe that everything is by the will of Allah. Every single Muslim believe in that. And the will here is a will of destiny. I know some, maybe you might find some naive Christians who have no idea what they are talking about. They believe everything is just by God, and they will quote for you verses. Well, yeah, those are, you know, like everything happened by God permission, but God permission doesn't go to details. People die, people live, people get sick. God, he brought us to, this is the will of God. God, he allowed us to exist. He created us, and then he punished Adam and his children's to live a life of surviving life, which means there was struggle. That is the will of God. But what happened to you? What happened to me? This guy gets sick, this guy gets sick. They asked Jesus about the blind man. Why is a blind man? This is not because he's punished. People, they think he's punished or his parents punished. And Muhammad later copied the same statement of Jesus, and the Muslim, they claim that Muhammad is being wise. This is the same exact statement of Jesus. But here you will see the stupidity of the author of the Quran when he say that Allah, he entrusted the protection of the book to the Jews. And the reason I find this very stupid and very dangerous, because this line alone is enough to prove Islam to be a false religion. Why? You see, when I say I trusted you and you betray me, and here the trust is about what? I mean, it's not like I'm trying you. Here I entrusted. It's about I establish a trust already on you. If we go back to the story of the Messiah, you will see that the Messiah, he taught his followers, his disciples, who is going to betray him. And which means the Messiah, he knew already who is good and who is bad, who will betray him. So the trust the Messiah have to his disciple is not a blind trust. He knew exactly what they will do. He knew the future. So we can say there's no really trust. There's a trust only in himself, for he is the only true God who don't change. Otherwise, a human, they change. Peter himself, he denied the Messiah. Here Allah, he entrusted the Jews in a job. And what is that job? Is to protect the book of Allah. The second we say in trust, it's mean Allah at that moment, he thought that those people, they are good people and they can be trustworthy. Based on this, Allah can't be God. Allah, he trusts them to protect the book, but according to Muslims today, the book is changed. And you know, just like an idea come to my head. I remember when the dad was debating a Christian minister who do not know anything about Islam, and that's why they debate them. He said to him, not even a single Jew, you cannot find a single Jew believe that God is a Trinity or God is not one. Not even one. That's what the dad said. But the Quran said that the Jews believe that Uzair is the son of Allah. And this is again an example of the stupidity of the Muslims, who people they think they are big scholars, but the fact they are big potatoes. You just destroy the Quran. You just said that not even a single Jew believe in the Trinity. Not even a single Jew believe that God have a son. And then you forgot that the Quran says that Jews believe that God have a son. His name is Uzair. And here is the same story. Allah, he entrusted the Jews to protect the book. Though Allah knew the future, if the Muslim he say yes, that's mean Allah is a partner of the crime, which means he delivered the book to be corrupted. And if this is true, that's mean it's the fault of Allah. You know, if I give my book to a thief and the thief he will steal it. I mean, I know he's a thief, and I know he will steal it, and I refrain from protecting it. It's mean I am part of the crime. If you know there's thieves in your area, and you put the keys of your door in the door, and what is missing is to put a sign to say here. Actually, here he put a sign. He put this is the keys. You know they are thieves. So you give them the key. Says go and open the door. There's nobody there. You are in charge. And what is the accomplish of Allah to let this happen? I mean, what the benefit of this? Isn't it better if Allah he sent books and nobody corrupt them? Why Allah is allowing those books to be corrupted? There's no answer. What the benefit? Just deceiving, playing games. We send the Quran as a guidance, okay, and we send the Bible, the Torah, the Injil as a guidance. How they can be guidance if they are not there? But remember, we showed you where in the other verses says that he is approving what is in their hand, what they have in their hands. And there's many verses speaking of the same thing. I saw a text of a Muslim. He says, Alhamdulillah, the Quran is preserved. Not even a single verse in the Quran is preserved. And when I say not even a single verse, I mean it. And I challenge any Muslim to challenge me to prove it. Even Muhammad, just to show you how Islam is established. Islam is established on guessing, because Muslims, they forget everything. And the Muslim today, they have no connection with Muhammad. They don't have the book of Muhammad, the hadith of Muhammad. You see, if we go here, we are reading from Sahih al-Bukhari. Do you know that there's no Sahih al-Bukhari? There's not even a single copy of Sahih al-Bukhari. There is people who claim that al-Bukhari said. They don't have the books. Okay, can we find the book of Sahih Muslim? We cannot find it. Not a single copy of Muslim. And the funny, both Sahih al-Bukhari and Muslims are not Arab. According to the history, they are Persian, from the big Iran, big Persia. So all the source they have is based on nothing. And then if we check those sources which the Muslims accept, we will find horrible stories. As an example, we know that the Muslims today, they are celebrating al-Fitr, you know, sorry, they are celebrating what they call it Adha. Sorry, you know, they are celebrating the pagan slaughter. Let's make it simple, you know, the pagan slaughter, which is they celebrate in both occasion, Ramadan and after the Hajj. The pagan slaughter happened for a reason, because pagan before Islam, they used to slaughter a human being, and they used to slaughter animals to give them to gods. Muslims, as a continue pagan religion, they adopt from other religion some, and they adopt from the Christians or the Jews some believe. The Muslim, they believe that Allah, he taught Abraham to slaughter his son, and then Allah, he taught Abraham that I'm going to let you don't kill your son, I will give you a great sacrifice, which means the first one to give sacrifice, it was Allah. And then the Muslim, they tell us that we have a religion with the great details, everything is explained. And now today we are celebrating a religion as they're celebrating what it's called occasion or holiday, After going to Hajj and walking around the Hajj, we slaughter millions of animals, and that will make Allah satisfied. But if you think about it, you will find that this is so stupid. Muslims have nothing about the religion. And I will give you an example. Laylatul Qadr. Laylatul Qadr supposedly is a night when Muhammad he received the Quran, which means it's the most important night in Muhammad's life. Allah Messenger said, he went out to inform the people about the date of the night of Al-Qadr. But there happened a quarrel between two Muslims men. The Prophet said, I came out to inform you about the date of the night of Al-Qadr. But as so and so and so, like there's a fight between two guys, huh? It is knowledge was taken away. Oh, hold on. I am a prophet of God, and my God gave me Quran. So Muhammad now he don't remember when the Quran was given to him. Okay. Then Allah he helped Muhammad, and he taught him when the Quran was given to him, which is the night of Al-Qadr. And then Muhammad in the way he saw two people are in argument, and he forgot the date. We cannot remember no more. I mean, so what kind of a prophet we can trust? This is more important than the birthday of Muhammad. This is the most important day in his life. How we can forget this? Even such an important thing. You see, we are not asking him to recite a chapter or a verse or a book. We are just telling him what is the date. Even the date he cannot remember, and he claimed that he knew it. I came out to inform you about the date, which means he know it. How a fight between two guys will make a guy, a prophet of God, forget the date forever? This cult, the pagan cult of Islam, which practice of slaughtering animals. And the funny, they say to you, like I saw many Muslims in their blogs, they say slaughtering, sacrificing is a pagan, and the Christians they are copying from pagan. But the pagans they sacrifice what they don't like. They don't sacrifice themselves; they sacrifice someone else. You will never see any pagan believe it says that you sacrifice. God sacrifice himself. People sacrifice to God. So Christianity is totally the opposite. In Christianity, that God himself is sacrifice himself for mankind. And the idea of sacrificing is not really the point, is not sacrificing. It is the Messiah. He wanted to show us how much he loved everybody, to the point, I say to you, give yourself to save others, and I'm going to show you that I'm the first to do. Not like Muhammad, he used to tell people to go to jihad, yet he's sitting between the legs of his wives playing shish kebab. Muhammad he forgot, and Muhammad cannot remember it. And then he says, and maybe it was better for you. Maybe it's better for you not to remember. Why? How come the Muslims are so worried about how authentic the Bible is, but they are not worried about holidays they celebrate? They don't know if it's authentic or not. So now they celebrate based on maybe. Muhammad himself, he is saying, I do not know when. Now look for it in the 7th, in the 9th, and the 5th. Like what the heck? What 7, 9, 5th? I mean, and how the 9 became between the 7 and the 5th? I mean, this guy, obviously, he is running out of orders. Of the last 10 nights of the month of Ramadan, last 10 nights. I mean, do you see how clear the date is? The Hajj, the sacrifice of animals. By the way, sacrifice of animals, you see, the word in Arabic is ضحية, ضحى, adha. Adha is not really what the Muslim they say to you. It's only in the occasion after they do the Hajj and they sacrifice. This is false. Adha is something they practice after Ramadan and they practice after the Hajj. Both they do Adha. Now, the most common name, they say that one because we break fasting, the break fasting occasion, and the other one they call it the slaughter. But the fact, both of them based on slaughter. However, read with me Muhammad here how he fabricate rules. Allah messengers observe at-tamattu, enjoy the Hajj. Okay, he first put on ihram for Umrah, and then for Hajj, and then offered animal sacrifice. Question: why we should do animal sacrifice? Sacrifice to who? The Muslim, they say to you, they might say, oh, we sacrifice so we can feed the poor. You are a poor yourself. This is enforcement in everyone. You yourself, what poor? You are poor. All those people there, they are poor. He did not say if you are rich. So he drove sacrificed animal with him, and from Abdullah etc. Allah messenger commanded ihram and umrah etc. Okay, he's now creating, and then he said, and pronounced talbiyah for Hajj, and the people performed tamattu, enjoyment of the Hajj, in the company of Allah messenger. They put on ihram of umrah. I mean, what kind of translation? And then for Hajj, some of them had sacrificed animals which they had brought with them, whereas some of them had none to sacrifice. Okay, so now some of them didn't have any sacrifice with them. Obviously, they cannot afford it. So when Allah messenger came to Mecca, he said to the people, he amongst you who has brought sacrifice animals along with him, he must not treat as lawful anything which has become unlawful to him until he completed the Hajj. Like, what the heck? What does this have to do with this? He should not do what is unlawful until he so you can do unlawful if you finish the Hajj. You see the stupidity? It's like saying to you, you can't be a thief during the Hajj, you can be a thief after. You cannot be a rapist during the Hajj, you can be a rapist after. And then, who amongst you has not brought sacrifice animal? Okay, what about him? He should scrambulate the house and run between as-Safa and al-Marwa, and they clip his hair and put the ihram, and then again on the ihram of for Hajj, or for a sacrifice of animal. So you have to do it still. What the point of this thing? I mean, walking around the Kaaba 7 times and clip my hair and run between the Safa and al-Marwa 7 times. What does that mean? What is it for? Are we doing a match for Allah? I mean, like, are we going to make a race? I need to run 7 times between a Safa. What a Safa and al-Marwa is a place where pagans are abused to worship 2 idols, one for a male and one for female. Supposedly they had sex inside the Kaaba. Now, I did not bring an animal with me. Why now I have to do those things? I have to circumambulate around the Kaaba, and then I have to run between a Safa and Marwa 7 times, and then I have to clip my hair, and then I have to cover myself or whatever, and then I have to again do it again and provide sacrifice for animals. So all of this to arrive to the point that we have to do what we supposedly did not do, sacrifice animals. What is the point of this? Then he continued, but he who does not find the sacrificed animals, he should observe fast for 3 days. Like what? During the Hajj, and for 7 days when he returned to his family. Okay, so now Muhammad is saying, okay, if you are so poor, you cannot afford it. Okay, well, you know what? Fast for 3 days during the Hajj and 7 days when you come back. Okay, what this is about? I mean, what this is about? Why he have to do that? I mean, why sacrificing animals? Because you notice here, sacrificing animals is the most important. The reason for that, because when people sacrifice animals, the business go big deal. People, they bring goats and animals to for sacrificing in this day to make a lot of money. You make a fortune of money. So this is a day where people, they grow their animals and they will not sell them. If you go in the Middle East, 2 or 3 months before the day of sacrifice, which can happen either after Adha, as we said. Adha, yes, the Muslim, they say it is like after the certain occasion, but the fact Adha, they practice in every occasion they have in their life, in Ramadan and what is under Hajj. So they do both. They do Adha, they do sacrifice, because Adha means sacrifice. You can go right now and search how and what they do in the last day of Ramadan. Simply they do Adha. Why? Because Adha means sacrifice. They sacrifice hundreds of thousands of animals in every city, not in the country. In the country, millions. So now here you will find Muhammad coming with rules which is stupid. I mean, where do you get this from? Where Allah they told you that? Where is these details coming from? There's no point of it. And then he says, Allah Messenger said, circumambulate the house. When he came to Mecca, he first kissed the corner of the Kaaba. Look, we are talking about worshiping one God and not to be pagan. But yet we have to go between two rocks, As-Safa and Al-Marwa, two small hills. They used to have idols on them. And then we have to go around the Kaaba. And we have to run around the Kaaba 7 times. 3 running and 4 walking. Read carefully. He first kissed the corner of the Kaaba, containing the black stone. So he kissed the black stone. Then he ran 3 circulates out of 7 and walked in for 4 circulates. And then when he had finished the circumambulation, he of the house observed 2 rak'ah. Now he made 2 balls of prayer of the stations, the prayer of Abraham, supposedly, or let us say the station of Abraham. Then he pronounced salam. He says assalamu alaikum after he finished the 8th ball. Assalamu alaikum, because Muslims, they've been taught by Muhammad that when you, there's 2 angels, they are in the right side and the left side of you. So you have to say assalamu alaikum. And then he says, and departed, come to As-Safa and run 7 times between As-Safa and Al-Marwa. Like what? What this is about? The funny, they say to us, we are not pagans. I mean, all those rituals is rituals of the Arab pagan before Islam. Black stone, the Kaaba, kissing the black stone, bowing down in front of it, praying around it, circumambulate around it, and then we go to As-Safa and Marwa. And what is this running about? I mean, why you need to run? Run 7 times? Are you saying that Allah will not accept you if you run 1? Why you need to run anyway? I mean, how? What if somebody is disabled? What if somebody is in a wheelchair? What he would do? Run 7 times? What run 7 times? Isn't it funny to see? Imagine we have 2 small hills and Muhammad is running between them 7 times, and that is supposedly will make Allah happy. Guys, do you understand what I'm saying? How in the world that will make Allah happy if I run 7 times between 2 points in the ground? Do human have a brain? And what about why I want to go? Why 7 times? I challenge the Muslim to tell me why 7 times. Running on what is As-Safa and Marwa? If we go and search in the Safa and Marwa, we will find that As-Safa and Marwa, as we said, they are women and men who have sex together, and supposedly Allah made them rocks, and the Arab, they placed them, they made an idols for them, or those rocks supposedly, which obviously they do not know the history of those rocks or those idols, so they worship them and they fabricate stories about them. The Muslims in the beginning of Islam, they thought Muhammad is coming with a new religion, but the fact, no. To the point, Muhammad, he have to make a chapter or verse in the Quran forcing the Muslim to practice the pagan practice of the Arab. Inna as-Safa wal Marwa min sha'airullah faman hajj al-bayt, etc. Let us go and read the interpretation. He is saying to them that Safa and Marwa is from the ritual of Allah. Why he was saying that? Because the Arab Muslims refused it in the beginning. This is because they knew this is pagan. Behold, Safa and Marwa are among the ritual of Allah. So those who visit the house, uh, go and the compass between them, around them. Why wouldn't it compass between them? Pagan. If we go to the tafsir, we will find, and as you see, I don't show my own. I show you exactly what is in their books. Read carefully with me. This verse revealed about the helpers. They used to make, Hajj to Manat, which was close to like an area. They also used to avoid going between As-Safa and Al-Marwa. So you see, Hajj was a practice of the pagan Arab. They used to do Hajj to many things. Kaaba is one of many things, and like here, they are doing Hajj to Manat. And then when Islam came, they asked Allah Messenger, Allah bless him and give him peace, about this. Allah the Exalted is He revealed this verse. So they asked him what we should do about Safa and Marwa. This is narrated by Al-Bukhari. And then he continues saying, this was revealed about a group of people from the helper, which means the Ansar. Before Islam, they used to do Hajj to Manat, and they were forbidden from going between As-Safa and Marwa. Why? Because it's simply from the pagan time. But now Muhammad, he want to make a deal with the pagan. He wants the pagan to join his religion. He's doing everything he can to make the Arab pagan accept him as a prophet. They want to Hajj with Allah Messenger. Allah bless him and give him peace. They mentioned to him. And so Allah here revealed this. And if you continue there, it says, Anas ibn Malik said, we dislike going in between As-Safa and Al-Marwa. Okay, why you dislike? Because they were the shrines of Quraysh in the pre-Islamic period. So this is clearly proven to be a shrine, a pure pagan shrine of the pagan Arab before Islam. Muhammad, he copied it. And as you see, even the Muslims in the beginning, they dislike it. But Muhammad, he wanted them to continue this shrine practice, to go and visit it, because he is trying to promote himself between the pagan Arab who believe that this is something holy to do. So he have to make a verse saying to them, oh, As-Safa and Al-Marwa is from the rituals of Allah. You should do it, and there is no sin to do so. No sin, imagine, which means there's no good to do so. Because what do you mean no sin? Because they thought it's a sin. It's a sin to be pagan, but Muhammad, he is a pagan, and he forced them to do so. Then if we continue in the hadith, he said, and after that he did not treat anything as lawful, which had become unlawful till he had completed the Hajj and sacrificed his animals in the day of sacrifice. The day of sacrifice? In the day of sacrifice. So even the poor who cannot afford, at the end he had to sacrifice anyway. And then went back quickly to Mecca and performed circumambulate in the house, known as Tawaful Ifada. After which, I mean, look at those rituals, all of those things. What is this? What is the point of this? Do I need to do all those things, clip my hair, wear and like if you wear a sandal in the Hajj, the sandal have to be from one piece and does not have stitches. Look like Allah will be upset if you have stitches in your sandal. I mean, this is madness. This is God. This is what God do. And yet they claim that they are not pagans and everyone else the pagan, when this is a pure Islamic pagan religion. If we go to hadith, I heard Allah Messenger as saying, so far as Laylatul Qadr is concerned some person among you. So some people asking Muhammad, okay, when the Quran, in the Quran you said to us that Laylatul Qadr is best of 1,000 shahr, which means month. Shahr actually is not even month, it is a moon. If we go here, let's go to Arabic. Let's go maybe here better. To find it faster. All right. Just to show you the madness of Muhammad and how he fabricates things, none of it makes sense. In chapter 97, verse number 3, it says, Laylatul Qadr khayrun min alfi shahr. Okay, what does that mean? Yusuf Ali. The night of power is better than 1,000 months. Okay, thank you very much. Which is not logical and very stupid, because according to Muslims, I can show you the hadith where it says, if you pray at that night, is equal to the prayer you make in 83 years, because 1,000 months is 83 years. You see the stupidity? So now we have a night, if you pray in it, is better than praying for 83 years. So let us say there's a guy, he was praying to Islam and to Allah for the last 70 years. And then I pray only that night. He never prayed that night. He prayed all the year except that night. If I pray that night, I made more than 13 years more prayer than him. Just because of praying that night. 83 years. I mean, how stupid that is. However, Muhammad, he said that this night is better than 1,000 months of praying. Now, how we can find which night is this night? Look at this. Some of you are concerned about when is the date of this night of Al-Qadr. Some person among you said, I seen it in a dream. Some they said, I think it is. I saw in the dream that it's in the first week. Some they say it is in the last week. So seek the last 10 nights. I mean, Muhammad is guessing. Okay, some of you saw a dream that the night of the Qadr is in the first week of, and then some of you, they saw it in the last week. Okay, you know what? What about, let us seek it in the last 10 days. So this guy is guessing. How he can memorize the Quran? And then we showed you that when they asked him about when the Quran was revealed to you, he said, Allah, he told me, but I saw two guys fighting and I forgot. I came out to inform you about the date of the night of Al-Qadr, but so and so and so happened, and its knowledge was taken away. I forgot. How the knowledge taken out? We have a prophet, not only he cannot remember the Quran, he cannot even remember a date, simple date. If we continue with this madness, read here with me, you will find how the story is getting more and more funny. I asked Abu Sa'id. Let me see which one I will show you. Here we go. Hold on. I asked Abu Sa'id, and he was a friend of mine, about the night of Al-Qadr, and he said, we practice itikaf, as most, in the middle of the third night of month of Ramadan, with the Prophet in the morning, in the 20th of Ramadan. He came and addresses us, says, I was informed the date of the night of Qadr, but I was caused to forget it. So search for it. in the old nights of the last 10 nights of the month of Ramadan. Search for it. Why Muhammad he caused to be forgotten? This is the most important night in the life of Muslim. This is the most important night in the prayer of Muslims, in the history of Islam. As you see, one night is better than 1,000 months of a prayer. And he was informed by who? By Allah. Okay, who is the one who caused him to forget it? Allah or Shaitan? Muslims? The Muslim, they say Allah. So why Allah informed him and he made him forget it? What the point? Stupid. I mean, this is stupid. Different hadith. The Muslim, they keep saying to us the Quran was preserved. How we preserve the Quran? The Quran is very easy to memorize, brother. I can show you. It's a miracle. I can show you a child memorizing the Quran. The child. You cannot make an adult. I challenge the Muslim to show me one person who converted to Islam, he can memorize the whole Quran. As an example, Yusuf State, American donkey who became a Muslim. I want to see this guy reciting the whole Quran. He cannot. This is something you keep. How you practice it? You bring a child in the age of 4 or 5 years old. You beat the hell of him until he memorize, and you keep beating him. Children, they can memorize any songs. And the other day, I saw a child singing a song in English in perfect accent. Even like me, I cannot sing it. But the child do not know a single English word. This is exactly what happened. They do that to children's, not to adult. And look what Muhammad he said, because when the Muslim they say memorizing the Quran is so easy, this is not what your prophet said. Your prophet said the Quran is the most easy words to forget. Read with me. The prophet said, read the Quran regularly by the one in whose hand Muhammad's soul is, which means Allah. It escape from the memory faster than a camel does from tying ropes. It's very famous for the Arab that the camel, because he's powerful, he can cut his rope. He can cut it. You have to have a very strong rope to hold him. So look how easy it is to forget the Quran, even faster from a camel escaping his rope. So why you lie to us? You say the Quran is easy to memorize, proving that this is from God. Muhammad himself, he forget the Quran. And by the way, if the Muslim, they want to say this is da'if, and this is not da'if. This is not da'if. This is a sahih hadith. This is a very sahih hadith, as you see. Muhammad himself, forget about al-qadr now. Muhammad, he said, I forgot the Quran. What he forgot? He forgot the Quran. Not only the night of Al-Qadr, I forgot the Quran. The whole Quran is forgotten. Okay. Aisha reported that the Apostle of Allah listened to a recitation of the Quran by a man in the mosque. Thereupon he said, may Allah have mercy upon him. Remind me of verses which I had been made to forget. Who is the one talking? Muhammad. He forgot Quran. Let us see different one. Read this one with me. Here is not about verses. Here is about chapters. Muhammad, he forgot totally. Allah Messenger heard a man reciting the Quran at the night and said, may Allah bestow his mercy on him, as he has reminded me of such and such verses of such and such surahs which I was caused to be forgotten. But for sure this is exposed Muhammad again to be a prophet of God. Why? Because Muhammad, he himself in the Quran, he have a promise from Allah that he will give him Quran and he will never forget. If you remember, in my debate with Sheikh Rohi, I asked him about this he claimed that this is a weak hadith, and later he come and he apologized that this hadith is not weak. It's true. So the Muslim have a problem now. Look what the Quran says. نقرئك فلا تنسى. We will recite the Quran for you and you will never forget it. Chapter 87, verse number 6. Okay. Allah, he said to him, and we will make it, we will make you recite. We will make you recite. And you will never forget a single word. But how this happened then? How this happened? How Muhammad forgot the Quran? And this is a Sahih hadith, very much Sahih. We will make you recite and you shall not forget. Recite what? Quran. How this happened? There's no explanation. We shall make thee read. What read? So you shall not forget. If read is even more horrible, did Allah make Muhammad read? So as you see, the more we dig in this Quran, the more we find that it is a madness, it's a stupid book. There's nothing there makes sense. How Allah promised Muhammad that you will not forget the Quran, and then Muhammad proven by Muslims from the mouth of Muhammad, from the mouth of Aisha, that Muhammad forgot a lot of Quran. Look here in this hadith. Allah Apostle said the example of a person knows the Quran by heart is like the owner of a tied camels. If he keep them tied, he will control them, but if he release them, they will run away. And the funny that Muhammad is comparing between the Quran and the camel. Makes sense. I mean, it really makes sense. If Muhammad knew that the Quran is easy to be forgotten, why you don't write a book? According to hadith, we know the story where Abdullah ibn Sarah, a person who used to be the scribe of Muhammad, he was reciting the chapters where he speaks that Allah is the best of the creators. In case you do not know, this verse is not the made of Muhammad. This is the made of a man. His name is Abdullah ibn Sarah. Muhammad was speaking about the creation, how Allah created the mankind. Abdullah ibn Sarah, he said, praise be to Allah, the best of the creators. He liked what Muhammad said. He said, فَتَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ أَحْسَنُ الْخَالِقِينَ. This is not from Allah. This is the man, the scribe who write for Muhammad the Quran. Muhammad, he heard him. He said, what you said? The guy, he said, فَتَبَارَكَ اللَّهُ أَحْسَنُ الْخَالِقِينَ. Muhammad, he said, okay, write it there. He said, write it where? He said, in the Quran. He said, but this is what I said. Muhammad, he said, this is how it came to me. Muhammad claimed that this is how he received the Quran. So how in the world Muhammad, he says such a statement, how he copy what the scribe just said and make it Quran? And now we have in the Quran something very funny, because this is exposed Muhammad to be a false messenger again. Not only because he copied what this man said, but the word says that Allah is the best of the creators. How Allah can be the best of the creators? Don't you Muslims believe in one creator? So the stupid Muhammad, because he liked the sentence, he copied it, he put it in the Quran, he destroyed his cult, he destroyed all what he said, that Allah is a one God as Muslims they claim. And now we have, so blessed be Allah, the best of the creators. You ask the Muslims how many creators we have. They will say you one. Who you worship, Muslims? The creator. Which one? Oh, we have one creator. Well, the Quran says he is the best of the creators. I remember once I was talking to a Muslim, he said, oh, you know, the Quran says the best of the creators, but there's no other creators. Okay. So why he's saying the best of the creators? He said here is just to say that Allah is the best of the creators. Okay, but there's no creator, which means this is a lie. If I say I am the best human between mankind and there's no mankind, that means I am a liar. I just claimed that there's other creators, but in fact there's no others, and I made this lie up so I can praise myself and make myself the best to feel better. If there's no other creators, Then how you can be the best of the creators? The stupid Muhammad, he liked what this guy said. He added in the Quran and he forced him to write it down. And this guy then, he decided to leave Islam. And Muhammad, he ordered him to be killed. And he is the brother of Uthman ibn Affan. He is the best of the creators. So the Muslims are worried about our book to be corrupt or not. I find that this is nothing but a hypocrisy. Your book, if you believe it's corrupt or not, it's as stupid as dumb. And you know, if I type right now in Google just two words, uh, Al-Imam Al-Suyuti, uh, just to show you how easy it is to find the reference. You will see right away that Muslims, they write books, you know, they have tons of websites about how many verses are gone and disappear from the Quran. And actually, you know, we spoke about some of it. Let me see here. Yeah, look in this page here. 57 report in the book of an Imam al-Suyuti, which is collection of many other books, of the corruption of the Quran. How verses are missing, chapters are missing, hundreds of verses are missing, are gone. And no Muslim can say a word, no Muslim can say is not true. If we go to the story as an example, here Aisha, she said that the chapter of Al-Ahzab used to be 200 verses. And when Uthman, he wrote the Mus'haf, al-Masahif, we could not find of it except what we have now, which is what, 71, 72, 73, depending on the Quran you are reading. We have a lot of verses are missing, more than 200 verses, 213 verses. Where'd they go? So they are busy day and night attacking our book, but the fact all their Islamic reference prove that Islam is a stupid religion based on nothing. They have nothing. What kind of God? They say the Quran, not even a single verse, brother. Not even a single verse, brother, was taken from the Quran. If we go in the Quran, we will find even the goat was able to take and eat the Quran. And now the Muslims, they don't have those verses. And this is by the witness of Aisha. Read with me carefully here. You will find it says, the verse of a stoning and breastfeeding for adult. The Muslim, they have something, it's called a breastfeeding for adult. A Muslim woman, she can give her boobs to a stranger so he can suck it. And this is a ritual of Islam to make you more friendly. Look how stupid this cult is. We cannot shake hands with them, but we can suck their nipples. The verse of a stoning of and the breastfeeding for adult 10 times was revealed. So this was a verse. There was a verse in the Quran that a man and a woman, he can suck the nipples on the breast of a woman 10 different times until he is satisfied. And this is a verse in the Quran, not hadith. It was revealed, as you see. And the paper was with me under my pillow when the Messenger of Allah died. We were preoccupied with his death. And a tame sheep came and ate it. Even a goat can destroy the Quran. Okay, where we can find those verses now? Is this hadith weak? No. No, it's not. And the funny here it says, these verses were abrogated in recitation, but not in ruling. What abrogated? It says there that the goat ate them. Not in ruling. And it says, abrogated recitation by verses to do it 5 times. You see here? 5 times. Okay, show me the verse in the Quran says you can do 5 times breastfeeding. I want to see the verse. We can't find it. So the abrogated and the abrogation are not exist. Stoning to death is not exist. A Suyuti report, 57 report of hundreds and thousands of verses are missing from the Quran. What do you say, Muslim? All those reference, all those. Look how many. Look. Look how many books. Look how many references. Unbelievable. Chapters after chapters after chapter are gone. They are history. We cannot find them, and nobody can find them. What we will do now? Get a new Quran or get a new prophet? Yeah, we got Mirza Ghulam. Mirza Ghulam, who claimed to be the Messiah. When the Christian, they brought him a bunch of Christians who they have disability and blind men and women. He said, I cannot do it. He claimed to be the Messiah, but he can recover anyone, for he is a scumbag. It's very funny and very stupid religion, and you have to be really stupid to the point you don't want to see how stupid this cult is. Not to mention the history error, historian errors, or historic errors, science errors. You can go and read my books. Go get my books about the Quran from Amazon.com. Just type Christian Prince. Depend in the Amazon you are reading. You have like Amazon.de, Amazon France, Amazon.com. Just type Christian Prince and you will see a lot of reference about a lot of my books written in many languages. Get your copy and read, educate yourself. Get a handy document in your hand. Anytime you need it at home, you can give reference to whoever you wish. Islam is the most stupid religion, and there's no question about that. And when the Muslims, they question our Bible, they are questioning their own, not ours. Because all of Islam is based on Christianity and Judaism and some other false cults. The Quran says clearly that Muhammad, he sent Muhammad, or Allah, he sent Allah, which means Muhammad sent Muhammad. I think you get what I'm saying. Making it clear that the Quran, witnessing that the book of Jesus was with the Christians, which means the teaching of Jesus. If we type the word مصدقا وآمنوا بما أنزلت مصدقا لما معكم, go down. مصدقا لما معكم, which means if we click a translation here just to show you the same sentence, مصدقا لما معكم. I want you to search for the same sentence exactly, just to show you the hypocrisy of the Muslim when they translate. So here, chapter 2, verse 1, verse number 41, translation. Confirm a revelation which is with you. Which is with you. Okay, why here it says confirm a revelation which is with you? The same sentence, the same verse, exactly, in different locations of the Quran, the Muslim, they translate it as confirming what is used to be with you. When the Muslims try to lie in translation, sometimes they think that people are a bunch of stupid and nobody want to use his brain. You can copy. You see, if I search now for the same sentence, let me do so. Okay, just to show you, I will go down. Actually, I'm going to search for the same verse first. Let us search for the same exact. So now we have 11 verses having the same thing. Oh, let me hold on. Let me put the whole thing here. Let's see. I hope the search engine will help. Two verses at least here. Same sentence. وآمنوا بما أنزلت مصدقا لما معكم. Okay. And believe in what I sent, confirming what is with you. Chapter 2, verse 41, we showed you this one. And then chapter 4, verse number 47. Read carefully. It's exactly the same as the one we have it there. If we go down, مصدقا لما معكم. The difference between this sentence and the sentence before, it is just instead of saying معهم, here معكم. Actually, it's the same. مصدقا لما معكم, sorry. It's exactly the same. مصدقا لما معكم. Here, مصدقا لما معكم. Exactly. If we go and read the translation, you will see the translation change. Confirming what you used to have with you. But it doesn't say that. It says confirming what is with you. Oh, you people of the book, believe in what we have now revealed, confirming what was already with you. Have you ever heard of such an English? It was already with you. It doesn't say that. The same sentence appear in the other verse, as you see. You can take a snapshot of my screen just to show you we are not changing the sentence. It's the same sentence. Here we go. This is the sentence. مصدقا لما معكم. 3 words. Take a snapshot now. Just do it. You can take a picture with your phone or a screen. If you are watching your phone, you can take a screen saving. Now we go to the verse before it. It's exactly the same. Here we go. مصدقا لما معكم. Exactly, word by word. Let us read translation. Chapter 2, verse number 41. It says, confirming which is with you. You see it? Why they are changing here? That verse is not about disapproving Muhammad or approving, etc. This is a revelation speaking about something happened before Muhammad time. So now we can be honest in the translation. But the other verse is confirming the book of the Christians and the Jews. If we go in different verse in the Quran, and we showed you this one already. In chapter 2, verse number 289, verse number 89, it says, وَلَمَّا جَاءَهُمْ كِتَابٌ مِنْ عِنْدِ اللَّهِ مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا مَعَهُمْ مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا مَعَهُمْ. It's exactly as the verse before. The difference is, here instead of saying, here it says مَعَك, with them. It's the same word actually, but like the way you say it, مَعَكُمْ or مَعَهُمْ. With them or with you. This is the whole difference. With them or with you. Confirming what is with them. Let's read translation. Chapter 2, verse number 89. And then when there come to them the book from Allah confirming what is with them. How you can confirm what is with them? Every sign, every every reference in the Quran proving that Islam is a stupid religion. And the Muslims, they lie to us when they try to explain or translate. It's contained tons of verses in the Quran saying that it is confirming what is with you in Arabic. If we go in the English translation, we will find that the translation change because they are not honest. وهو الحق مصدقا لما معهم. What? مصدقا لما معهم. Approving what they possess, what they have in their hands. 291. Look how many in the same chapter. Do you see it? Even if it is be truth, confirming what is with them. But here the translation is kind of honest, because here they are not talking about Muhammad, they are talking about Musa's. So as long as we are talking about Musa's, this is something happened before Musa's. Okay, Musa's confirming, Abraham confirming, Jesus confirming what is behind him. But Muhammad should not confirm. But we find in the Quran that even Muhammad confirming what is with them. Even Muhammad in the Hadith, it says that he took oath on the Torah, saying, I believe in thee and the one who sent thee. In chapter 2, verse number 101, it says, وَلَمَّا جَاءَهُمْ رَسُولٌ مِنْ عِنْدِ اللَّهِ مُصَدِّقًا لِمَا مَعَهُمْ. The same. It's all over the Quran. بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ. I will change that, just to show you how many times the Quran repeat the same story with different sentence. قل من كان عدوا لجبريل فإنه نزله على قلبك بإذن الله مصدقا لما بين يديه. ما بين يديه. If you read the translation, what is between his hands? Let us go and see a translation. You will see how the Muslim play with the translation. Say, whoever is the enemy of Jibreel, for he is bring down the revelation to the heart by Allah, will a confirmation of what went before it. Before it doesn't say that. It says what is between his hands. I mean, they don't have dignity. The purpose of those false translations is to defend Islam. نزل عليك الكتاب بالحق مصدقا لما بين يديه. Translation. This is chapter 3, verse number 3. And suppose this chapter is speaking about Jesus. Chapter 3, verse number 3. Supposedly, okay. He sent in the truth the book confirming what went before it. It doesn't say that. Where it says what went before it, it says what is between his hands. So you cannot trust really anything those people they say. They are a bunch of liars and they have no dignity. Here it says the same. مصدقا لما بين يديه. The same sentence. But this one speaking about Jesus. مصدقا لما بين يديه. Read it to you. And then we send after that Isa Ibn Maryam, son of Mary. مصدقا لما بين يديه. Read carefully with me. You see, you do not need to speak Arabic to know. مصدقا لما بين يديه. The same exact sentence. If we click here in the translation, you will see the translation should come honest. Why? Because it says, because this is about Jesus, not about Muhammad. So the Muslim, they don't need to play with it, because okay, Jesus approving what he have between his hand, between the Torah. But when it's come about Muhammad, مصدقا لما بين يديه, the same exact sentence, they changed the meaning and they changed the translation, because that will get the Muslim busted, accusing the Bible to be corrupt. If we click here at translation, chapter 5, verse number 46. Yusuf Ali. Then it says, and we sent in their footstep, we sent Jesus, son of Mary, confirming the law that had come before him. He's confirming it. But even here, by the way, translation is not honest, because not came before him, it between his hand. بِمَا بَيْنَ يَدَيْهِ. What is between his hands? You can copy the text as it is and put it in Google translation, and you will see this one is meant. Madness, stupidity, dishonesty. This is why you cannot learn Islam from the translation made by Muslims. And we cause Jesus, son of Mary, to the first steps, confirming which was revealed before him. It doesn't say that. It doesn't say that. وأنزلنا إليك الكتاب بالحق مصدقا لما بين يديه مصدقا. And actually this one is more horrible, because after that it says ومهيمنا عليه. So Allah says supposedly that the Bible is protected by the Quran and protected by Allah. Chapter 5, verse number 48. Read carefully. Read and love. To thee we send the scriptures and truth, confirming the scriptures that came before it. Okay, how you can confirm it? I thought it's corrupt. And then guarding it in safety. Okay, so now it's guarded in safety. So it's guarding the scriptures came before it, which is between his hands, and guarding it. How it's guarding it? You are saying to me it's corrupt. Somebody tell the donkey Sabir Ali how the Quran is saying that Allah guarding the scriptures came before it, and you are saying to me that it's corrupt. So we can continue like this forever. But however, remember at the end of the day, if a Muslim says to you something about the Bible is corrupt, don't say to him it is not. Answer him as the following: you mean the Bible of Allah, because the Quran confirmed that this is the book of Allah, and therefore I have nothing to do with it. The Muslims talking about obviously a book have nothing to do with our book. If we type the word Injil, we will find all those verses speaking of the Injil and the Torah, chapter 5 verse number 46, chapter 5 verse number 47, chapter 48 verse number 29, chapter 57 verse 27, etc. All those verses confirming one thing, that the Injil, which means the gospel, and the Torah, which is the book of Moses, are sent by Allah. So what is my problem? You Muslims are a bunch of idiots who keep saying to us that Allah, he sent books and he could not protect them. That is your problem, and that is something against your God, not my God. Your God sent books he cannot protect. How we can trust him? Your God. And look here at this stupid verse. In chapter 5 verse number 47, Allah is asking us even to practice the Bible. How we can practice something we don't have? As Muslims claim, let the people of the gospel judge by what Allah revealed to their end. Okay, how they can be judged if the book is gone? So all the verses in the Quran is speaking of one thing, that the Bible never been corrupt. The Muslim, they will say to you, no, there is a verse in the Quran saying the following. How you explain to me this verse? That's what the Muslim they will say. من الذين هادوا يحرفون الكلم عن مواضعه. From some of the Jews, they change, or the Jews, from the Jews, there is some they change, or they change the location of the words. And the story says what? The story says that a guy who Muhammad was, he was asking Muhammad about the punishment of adultery. He put his finger over the verse, hiding the verse where it says stone them. And this is what they call corruption. He did not corrupt anything, he just put his finger on the top of it. In Arabic here says يحرفون الكلم عن مواضعه. If we see that interpretation, we will find that they change the meaning of the verse, not changing the verse. They are not honest with the meaning, the same as the Muslims do. Chapter 4 verse number 46. We can go right now and see in the interpretation, and you will see it says that by changing the meaning of the verse. And here it says the same. يحرفون الكلم عن مواضعه. And here it says the same. يحرفون الكلم عن مواضعه. Now, if it changing words from their location, remember, it doesn't. If the Muslim, they want to take it literate way, that you change the words from their location, that will be a corruption. That means the Quran is corrupt, because according to Muslims, the Quran we have today is not according to the revelation. As an example, the first chapter Muhammad he received, it is a chapter 97, which means exists in the Quran today in a chapter number 97, but in fact it should be verse number 1. So if a change in the location of verses is a corruption, that means all of Islam is based on the corrupt Quran, for the Muslims are the first to change the location of verses, not us. So if they want to take it literate way, that will be against the Quran. If they want to take it in a metaphorical way, which means the meaning, that will be against the Quran too. because the Quran, Muslims, they give tons of meaning for the Quran. At the end of every interpretation, they will say to you, Allah knows best. And not only that, the Quran itself, it says, witness, that nobody knows what the Quran means save Allah. Nobody knows most of the Quran meaning save Allah. So how we can follow such a book? What the point of sending a book? Nobody knows what it means save Allah. That is the most stupid statement ever. But it can be explained easy. Muhammad is a false prophet. He do not know how to explain what he stole. He found a book. It's called the Book of Waraq ibn Nawfal. He do not know how to explain it. So when people they ask, no idea what to say, for this is not his words and he is not the author. But no one knows. It is hiding meaning except Allah. Have you ever heard of a stupid cult, stupid religion like this? Nobody knows the meaning of the Quran save Allah. Which ones are the verses nobody knows their meaning save Allah? Nobody knows too. I mean, why Allah don't put them in all the verses which nobody knows their meaning save Allah in one book? How we will know now? The Quran explained, those who have a sickness in their heart, they will use them in the wrong way. So Allah the devil, he made verses, nobody knows what they mean, so people, they can play around with the Quran. This is what he's saying. The Quran is a book of deception. If you follow the Quran, you will be deceived. My friend, read carefully. It says that some verses are the foundation of the book, which means those are clear. And I challenge any Muslim to show me one clear verse. Even the verse, Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, is not clear. Because how Allah says in the name of Allah. How Allah he says, give us guidance. Allah saying, give us guidance. And then he says that there's a part of it, those who have illness in their heart, they will use it and nobody knows their meaning save Allah. So Allah, he made the Quran and the purpose of it, so those who they are bad, they can use it to deceive you. But that means Islam deceives. Islam does not guide. The Quran itself as a book, if you follow it, you will be misguided. This is what the verse is saying to us. There's verse in the Quran, nobody knows what they mean, and the purpose of them to be used by the bad ones so they can deceive as many as they can. I mean, how evil this plan is. So he sent us verses in order to deceive us. I have to apologize, guys. I'm losing my voice. I spoke for long today. So I want to say thank you for being here. And I hope that Abdul, who keeps saying our book is corrupt, they can provide us with the original book, Abdul. I mean, come on. How you know our book is corrupt if you don't have one page of our book? How stupid to say so. I want to say thank you for being here. May the Lord bless you. And I hope to see you soon again. And I pray that everybody will see the truth and the truth will set you free. Christ is Lord and Islam is false. And see you soon again. And I'm a Christian Prince and I love you all. And may the Lord bless you in your life and with your family. Thank you. Take care. Bye-bye.